Welcome back to the Couch Potato Show. Back again with the boys for episode 44. How we doing?
Phenomenal.
Just swell.
Swell.
Oh yeah.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. We don't have any races this weekend. No UFC fights. But we still have a very important golf tournament to pick. We got the Masters this week. It's Masters week. And it's also Final Four weekend. So we're not lacking in picks this week. So we'll start off with the Masters. The way we're doing this is we can pick one player ranked 1 through 5 in the World Golf Rankings, one player ranked 6 through 15, and then one player ranked 16 and then plus. The person with the lowest score in the pick'em so far will go first, and you cannot pick the same person as somebody else. I believe Frank is in last, Eric is in second last, and I'm in first. So Frank would go first, and so on. Frank, take it away.
Now, I wanted to take Justin Thomas, but my guy Ty over here is having a rough morning, so we're going to leave Justin Thomas for Tyler. I'll take Justin Johnson instead. And then I'm going to take Rory because I don't watch golf, so I just go with the name that I know the most. Rory's a good guy. Then we're going to go Matthew Fitzpatrick. Don't know who it is, but we're going to roll with it.
All right. Lock it in. Eric, what you got?
Matthew Fitzpatrick is a guy who openly mocks my personal favorite golfer and my pick, Bryson DeChambeau. Says hitting it long isn't a skill. Get out of here. Get lost with that.
Come on.
Get lost, Fitzpatrick. You're dead to me. My least favorite Fitzpatrick in sports.
So many better Fitzpatricks.
Right? You can count them on freaking two hands. But anyway, we're going with Bryson. Don't buy the hype of he's just a long ball guy. The short game, when it's on, is arguably one of the best in golf. His putting has gotten so much better. If he's on, I think he could be the best from the driving area, from chipping, from putting. He's phenomenal. Bryson DeChambeau, making golf interesting again. He is just the best. Big fan. All right. And so you took Rory. Debating between two. I'll run it up with Brooks Koepka. I was debating Koepka and Tony Finau because Finau has been so locked in, but Koepka, I think if he's healthy, has a bit of a higher ceiling. So I will go with Brooks Koepka in that range. And you picked Fitzpatrick for the last range. I'll go with Jordan Spieth's playing a lot better golf lately. He looks to be his old self. I think he's a steal for the 16-plus range. I think we'll see him climb in the World Golf Rankings really soon. He looks on. It's going to be a very exciting tournament. I'm very excited. Take it away, Mains.
All right, so you guys left me with some picks here. Frank, thank you. I will gladly take Justin Thomas with my first pick. Definitely somebody who can win the tournament for sure.
Coming off a big performance at Players Championship.
Absolutely. Big Players Championship.
That's why I wanted to take him.
Yeah, huge Players Championship win. Let's see. We got 6 to 15. Don't hate me for it, but I'm going to take number 6. I'm going to take Xander Schauffele. He's been so good recently, and he always performs well in Augusta. So I'll take Xander Schauffele, and then 16 plus. Give me. There's a lot of good names here. Nobody's standing out though.
There's so many killers in the 16 to 25 range. Honestly, I just feel like the field is so strong. I haven't been a big golf guy in the past, but it just seems like there's so many potential contenders all over the map.
Yeah, I think it's really top heavy. Like you go one through about 15 or so, and then after that, but there's still contenders after that.
You have your dark horses, the aging Lee Westwood. Sanjay M always brings it. Billy Horschel coming off a big win in that match play.
I'm gonna take Tommy Fleetwood Tommy Fleetwood, that gorgeous, gorgeous, luscious hair. And Tommy Fleetwood finally getting the green jacket.
Best flow in golf, right? I don't think it's a contest.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Gotta be.
Easily.
Behind Phil, I should say. Still love Phil's hair.
Phil's getting up.
Hey, man, throw some respect on Phil.
I love Phil. Bet $1 on him last Masters. I don't think we're gonna do that again.
Probably not a good
Could have
idea.
gotten 4 gumballs for that, man. Unbelievable.
No. All right, so that was the Masters. We got Final Four as well. Gonzaga versus UCLA, and then Baylor versus Houston. 2 great games. We'll start off Gonzaga versus UCLA. Frank, who you got?
Now, UCLA's had one of the better tournament runs I've seen in a while. Juzang is playing phenomenally, but I think the Zags are too powerful. I think they're too offensively balanced. I think UCLA is one of the slowest teams in the country. In comparison, Gonzaga loves to run fast. They like to go quick. And I think it'll overmatch UCLA. I think it'll be a closer game than people think because UCLA has been playing very well, but I'm gonna roll with the Zags.
Eric?
Yeah, not a bad call, Frank. It's often asked in sports, oh, do you go with this team or do you go with the field? And 99% of the time, I'm a big believer in the field. There are a lot of other options, whether it is a golfing event or it's the beginning of a major sports season or a massive tournament. You go with the field, you just do. But hindsight 2020, maybe should have just went with the odds-on favorite, the blackboard favorite Gonzaga. They're ridiculous. They're such a great team. I think they're gonna. I think it's gonna be a beating too. I don't think it's gonna be that close. I'll go with Gonzaga.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be much of a game at all. I think it'll be a close first half, but I think Gonzaga is really gonna pull away in the second half. There's no one in the country that plays like they do. Their offense is miles better than anybody else, especially UCLA. UCLA's
they haven't won a single game by less than 10 points.
Yeah.
So,
run up that -14 spread, people.
Oh, is that what the spread is? I didn't look at it.
Yeah, listen. I think that's a good.
Did you hammer that? Should we hammer that, Eric? Your older brother?
Yeah, I'll ask him.
I would hammer that. That's hammered out worthy.
I just have to.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody in this country that can play with Gonzaga. I think if there's anybody, I think it can be Baylor in the final if we do get there.
I think Baylor defensively could relatively match up better than most teams.
Yeah,
they just have the defensive player of the year too. Davian Mitchell just won it yesterday.
Especially the way that Baylor played against Arkansas. Not defensively, obviously, because that was a terrible defensive game, but offensively, if they do that again, they can beat Gonzaga easily, without question. So I'm taking the Zags over UCLA for sure. Baylor versus Houston. Frank, who you got?
I said in the beginning of the tournament, I wasn't a big believer in Houston. They've had one of the easier tournament runs, in my opinion. They've faced nothing but double-digit seeds, so I'm going to roll with Baylor. I think they're just a better team. I like Jared Butler a lot. Like I said before, Davian Mitchell just won Defensive Player of the Year yesterday. I don't think Houston matches up very well with Baylor, so I'm going to go with Baylor.
Eric?
Yeah, I got to agree with Frank on this one. They say defense wins championships, very cliche, but I think at this time it's at least going to get to the championship, right? This defense, I think, on Baylor is very special. As Houston said, as Frank said, Houston's really had a easy road there. They barely beat my Rutgers. Are they really?
They should have lost that game. Rutgers blew that game.
Yeah.
Joke. My God, you want to talk about the definition of a team not winning and a team losing? Rewatch that game where Houston did not win. They should not.
No, absolutely not.
Rutgers should be banned from the tournament. I don't care how long the gap was. This gap should be like thrice as long. Ridiculous. Whatever. Baylor's going to steamroll them. That's -5 spread. Once again, I'm liking the minuses.
Hammer that one.
Yeah, really.
I think so. I think so.
Wow. Yeah, I would definitely hammer that. Yeah, I'm gonna take the same thing. I'm going Baylor. I don't think there's much of a game here either. I think Baylor's again one of the best defensive teams in the country. one of the best offensive teams in the country. They have the best backcourt in the country without a question. Davion Mitchell is unbelievable when he's playing. He did get into some foul trouble against Arkansas, but even when he wasn't playing in that game, the rest of that team picked him up, and they were shutting down Arkansas without him in the game. So I don't think Houston's going to hang with Baylor at all. I don't think it'll be close. But let's talk a little bit about March Madness so far, because one hell of a tournament that we've had. Frank, you gave us some sleeper teams and some teams that you knew were gonna choke hard, and you got a lot of them right. You did
Pretty
well.
good. Houston's my only. Well, I guess Michigan too, but they lost sooner than people expected. But Houston's my only team that was like, oh, okay, I was wrong with them. But other than that, pretty good. I think I said Loyola. I forget exactly what I said. I can look. Or did I delete it? I might have deleted it, but I don't remember. I said Loyola would be a good team. They obviously played pretty well. Who else did I say? I forget.
You said Tennessee would be a dud.
Tennessee was a flopper. Yeah, Villanova flopped a little bit for being a 5 seed. But they did play Baylor, so not really.
You said Alabama would be a dud, and they kind of were.
For their expectations, yeah, but
yeah,
they ran into the wrong team. Like if there was one team no one wanted to play at this time, it was UCLA.
Yeah,
they were just playing real, and I guess Oregon State, but both teams are the Pac-12 overall was just playing really well for some reason. It was kind of weird because I didn't really consider them as a formidable conference. I don't think anyone did except for Bill Walton, who had 5 teams in the Final Four because it's Bill Walton. But other than that, no one really took them seriously, and they proved most of us wrong. So good for the Pac-12.
Yeah, the Pac-12 this year, and not just men's, but women's college basketball this year has been unreal. I mean, you look at the women's side of the bracket, and they already have their final, and it's Stanford versus Arizona, 2 Pac-12 teams.
Yeah.
Arizona just pulled off a big upset over UConn last night. Crazy game, by the way.
Yeah, that was a good game. I did watch that.
So, Pac-12 all around. I mean, Bill Walton got right this year. Props to him.
Listen, he usually is kind of crazy, but this year it stuck this year. So.
Yeah.
And of course the Big Ten was disappointing. Most of the teams were out besides Michigan. Most of the teams were out by the second round, and of course that was the best conference in college basketball this season, and they were just overall disappointing.
But yeah, Big Ten not a good tournament run.
No.
Pac-12 did well though. And honestly, the mid majors did fairly.
Oh, they did well.
Fairly well as well.
The American, of course, has Houston. Loyola played in the I forget what conference they played in. No, I don't know. I'm blanking, but yeah.
Some news from yesterday. The MLB All-Star Game is going to get removed from its planned Atlanta location for obvious political reasons, and will be moved elsewhere. I'll ask you guys, where do you want to see the All-Star Game?
Well, my obvious answer is New York, but I'm not going to say that because bias.
Besides New York, I'd probably say Milwaukee. I really like Milwaukee, and I heard something they were honoring Hank Aaron this year, and he played a lot of in Milwaukee, so I think that would be cool. I like seeing games in Milwaukee. It's a nice stadium. It's a little dark, but once they open up the windows, it's nice. Yeah, open it up.
Yeah.
Eric, what about you?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'd say New York, right? Close. I guess you said besides New York. I'm trying to think where else. I don't know. I like going to the big markets. I feel like it feels like more of an event that way. Whether you agree or disagree with them removing from Georgia or whatever, this is just like an objective discussion of where an event of such pageantry should take place. I think the big markets, New York, California, like Los Angeles, why not, you know? California is hot right now in the baseball world. They're hot.
Yeah.
Capitalize while you can. Get the fans on board.
You know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see it in Camden. That place is beautiful. Camden's a good one.
That's not a terrible call, Frank. That is not a bad call. That's a very
Love
nice
it.
ballpark.
The team sucks, but ballpark's nice.
It's a great ballpark, honestly. I think I've only been to like 3 or 4, but that one sticks out. That's a beauty.
I've been to like maybe 5, 4
Hmm.
or 5. So
What's your favorite non-Yankee one you've been to, if you have one?
it's probably Camden, just because it's so freaking nice there. And I went when they played the Yankees, obviously, and they killed them. So that was a good experience. They hit like 6 homers that day, I think, or something like that. But yeah, it's a great ballpark. Just like the city of Baltimore, just like it's a baseball city, you know. Like
Yeah.
baseball's hot in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I wish the team was better, but
Yeah. Maines, do you have a favorite ballpark, non-Yankee ballpark? Have you been to any besides the Yankees?
So
I'm not sure.
outside of Yankee Stadium, I've only been to City Field and Tropicana.
Oh, all right.
I gotta
And
make a trip to Tropicana eventually.
I've heard good things about Tropicana, I will say.
Tropicana is weird.
Yeah.
Really weird. Because you walk in and you don't feel like you're at a baseball stadium. You feel like you're at a carnival or a circus or something. I'm dead serious. Anybody who's gone to Tropicana before will completely agree and say the same exact thing. You feel like you're walking into like the circus. And then once the game gets started, then you realize, oh, okay, I'm at a baseball stadium. Because they have all these, like, the main concourse usually at most ballparks is like food and stuff and all that, and like concession stands and little fan shops or whatever. This one's like carnival games.
Very odd.
Tampa's
Yeah.
weird, man.
It's weird. And then
They're weird.
they have obviously the touch tank, which is a cool feature, but it's just kind of weird to have at a baseball stadium. I don't know.
Yeah, out of place.
So I guess if I had to say my favorite non-Yankee ballpark, I think Citi Field would be it, just because
City Field's nice. I've been to City.
City's nice because they did a great job with like showing the historic side of the Mets, and really paying tribute to like the history of the Mets. Tampa's just a joke. It's
Another
terrible.
one on my bucket list is definitely Busch Stadium. I feel like that place is beautiful just to look at. So I got to visit there one time.
One stadium that I really want to go to is the new SunTrust.
Oh yeah, that's close to you too, so you probably could.
Yeah, I think we might be planning a trip over there soon. But
count me in. Come.
listen, that place is nice as hell.
They should be. It should be nice. They put a ton of money into it.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I kind of like Turner Field, the old stadium that they played at. Again, I haven't been to either, so I can't really talk on it. But it's on my bucket list to just visit all of them. Like that's one of my life goals.
Yeah.
So I gotta make a list. Just cross.
Eric, what about you? You answer the question.
I think I'd go with Camden. I don't know, just the landscape of that.
Where else have you been?
Been to City Field. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was fine. Not bad, but
Yeah, it's nothing special.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. For me, in clear bias showing, I don't know. Yankee Stadium will always be my favorite, but once again, it wasn't even the question. But yeah, in terms of non-Yankee Stadium, I think I gotta go with Camden. I don't know. It's a nice layout. It really gives you that baseball field vibe. Like Frank said, Baltimore's, to me, will always be a baseball venue, right? No matter how much success the Ravens find with Lamar Jackson or any of that. I don't know. I think Baltimore, I think baseball. That's just me.
I think I would have enjoyed Fenway better if I went to a game. I just went to it for a tour. So it was kind of like,
Yeah. I've always wanted to go to Fenway just because of how historic it is.
We got to go for a game.
We have to.
Yeah, 100%.
Gotta make that
It's
happen.
talk about no matter how you feel about the Red Sox, just
Oh, you got to go to a game at Fenway.
right. It's crazy.
Yeah. If you live in like the Northeast area, you got to go to Fenway.
It's like Frank said, it's a bucket list thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So the NFL draft is coming up in about a month, and we've been having pro days here and there. And there's been a lot of speculation going around, especially on the quarterback side of things, which is very interesting. Eric, don't worry, the Jaguars are not in any disputes with anybody. I think they'll still sticking with Trevor.
Your guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he'll get to those 3 wins instead of the fucking 1 or 2 that you had this year.
Can't wait, baby.
Was it 1, Eric? Or was it 1 or 2? I think it was 1.
What'd you say, Frank?
Was it 1 or 2 wins this year? I think it was 1. I'm pretty sure they won the first game and then lost every other one.
Sounds right. Okay. Disaster Central.
Yeah, I think it was 1 because as soon as the Jets lost 1, they automatically lost the first pick.
Yes. Thanks, Jets.
Yeah.
Can't even lose right.
Or Zach Wilson. Rip. He's going to New
I don't know
York.
where they're going. It's a mystery.
Do you think Zach Wilson's going to go to the Jets?
Now I do. I think before I said Fields. But I think based on the reports I've seen, mock drafts just off the top of my head, I'm not going to say it's nearly as inevitable as Lawrence to the Jags is, because it's not.
Right.
But I feel like the Wilson train is picked up. Granted, we still have 20 plus days left, so you just got to see. You just never know with these things. Like when Baker went first overall, that was not the narrative going in. I think it was 2 days before or a day before we were really sort of privy to that knowledge. So you really, it's a waiting game with the draft. Speculation's fun, but you just don't know how the teams are feeling. There's a reason they have that clock as they're on the clock. They're fielding calls. You don't know what's going to happen. And that's what makes the NFL draft exciting. They do it the right way. It's marketed well. I don't know. Best draft in sports, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, probably. I mean, the NBA draft is second, but they don't have a lot of like draft day trades in the NBA.
Yeah.
In the NBA, there's not as much talent. There's no talent like there is in the NBA, in the NFL.
Yeah. I knew what you meant.
Like the NBA, you'll get the first 5 picks, and you'll be like, okay, those guys are really talented. And then after that,
fall off.
After that, there's a fall off for sure.
I don't know. I wouldn't agree with that per se. I would say like it's more top heavy. Like it's more like you kind of know who's going to get picked in the top 15 picks or so.
Yeah.
But the NFL is like you have no freaking idea.
Yeah.
Because a big part, position needs in the NFL are larger just because there's so many freaking positions,
Yeah.
Like if you don't have an O-line and you got 4th overall and on your overall draft board, the O-lineman's like freaking number 6, you still might need to take him, right? Because you're that desperate. Look at the Bengals, you got a young Joe Burrow. You already got banged up.
Oh, they need an offensive line so badly.
Yeah, I don't care if Joe linebacker is available.
But
draft an offensive lineman.
But at the same time, wouldn't it make sense if they were to go out there and get Jamar Chase for Joe? They got no wide receivers.
Yeah, right. It's AJ Green just departed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he left.
Great point by Maines.
I don't know. I feel like it would be more important to protect him. I feel like you can supplement wide receivers. Not that it's less important, but I feel like it's more important to protect the quarterback because if you don't have the quarterback, it doesn't really matter who you have a wide receiver.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That's
Honestly, I think it's a mix of both, right? I think the guy needs weapons. I get it. I get the hype. I get the picture of the cigar, whatever. But you need weapons, right? Unless you're like, freaking, I don't know. You just need weapons, right? But as to Frank's point, you need an offensive line. You want to know who can't perform without a great offensive line? The guy's worth like $1 billion, Patrick Mahomes. He was dancing around like he was at some sort of convention, like that was not a football game. Patrick Mahomes was getting his steps.
He got destroyed.
He was a middle-aged woman going for a walk. He was counting the steps on his counter. It was not a football game.
Yeah, but all I gotta say is there's a reason Joe Burrow was smoking that cigar, and he got a lot of help from Jamar Chase in that game. So
it's fair.
Absolutely.
I think that would be a great pick for him. Just get him a weapon because they.
What number pick do they have?
It's like 5,
5, 6, something like that.
It's not 6. I think it's 5.
Real quick.
I haven't
Oh,
looked at the
yeah,
big
right.
board at all.
Yeah.
Where are the Giants going, Tyler? Who we picking?
Bengals
5?
5.
They could get Jamar Chase at 5.
Bengals are 5. Giants are 11. They can go in a number of different directions. I'm still seeing a lot of mock drafts that haven't taken a wide receiver, which
Wouldn't hate that.
I wouldn't hate it, but they don't need a wide receiver. They just went out and got Kenny Galladay and John Ross in free agency. You have Kenny Galladay, you have Darius Slayton, Sterling Shepard, and John Ross. Do you need a fifth wide receiver? No.
No, I mean they could go Penny Sewell too. That'd be a good pick. If he
Yeah,
fall, I don't know if he's gonna fall. I don't know if he's gonna fall that far though.
I'd be fine with Rashawn Slater, the offensive lineman out of Northwestern, who might. I think he's jumped Penei Sewell in the mock draft rankings. He's that good. So I'd take him if he falls. He probably won't be there at 11, but
I'd also take Kyle Pitts. They could trade Evan Ingram because
I would not take Kyle Pitts because you already have Evan Ingram and you already have Kyle Rudolph.
Oh, they did sign Kyle Rudolph. Yeah, never mind.
You don't need Kyle Pitts.
I forgot they got Rudolph.
If Kyle Pitts was the best tight end in the draft and you could get him in the 3rd round, then I would do that. But I wouldn't waste that high of a draft pick on a tight end.
Okay.
Just me.
So I'd probably go O-line then, because like you said, they got the 4 or 5 wide receivers now. That defense is getting really good too.
Honestly, I would just go best player available. If the best player available, if you get a Devontae Smith that drops down to 11 or a Jalen Waddle that drops down to 11, I would be okay with taking it. But obviously, I would definitely emphasize the offensive line because they need that. Because Daniel Jones has never had a good offensive line. But
that's my draft philosophy. Mine's just go best available and figure out the rest later. Because like you don't want to pick a guy based on need and then someone like 5 picks later turns out better. I just go best available.
I mean, it's still a crapshoot a lot because.
Oh yeah, especially with the NFL. Like there's so many guys there, you literally have no idea.
You still don't know, but
it's more of a crapshoot than the MLB draft, and that's just like impossible.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have 35 rounds.
It's like something stupid.
Speaking of the MLB draft, Jack Leiter.
Oh my God.
Dude,
Unbelievable.
I was watching pitch last night because they had Vanderbilt and LSU on ESPN last night. Wow.
Dude, he had 3 strikeouts on 9 pitches. Or something like that.
He had 11 strikeouts through 4 innings.
Yeah, it's something stupid. Hold on, let's look up his line. Let's see if the ESPN app has college baseball on here. Probably do. No, all they have is Major League Baseball. Thanks for nothing.
He went 20-2 no-hit inning, consecutive no-hit innings.
It's unbelievable. This guy, he's got to be a top pick, right? You would think.
Well, the best part is he didn't even start the year as their ace.
Yeah.
He's arguably not even Vanderbilt's best player.
This season, he's 6-0 with a .25 ERA. 36 innings pitched. They have strikeouts with 59 strikeouts.
Yeah. And we just talked about draft needs. Who doesn't need a pitcher? Everyone wants a pitcher, right?
Can the Angels tank and take this dude?
I don't think the Angels are going to tank hard enough.
No, they're not.
So either. But point taken.
The Angels.
Oh, you know who'd be great on this? Oh, Orioles, please take this man. You guys have no pitching besides John Means.
I don't want the Orioles to get him.
I prefer not to see him amount of times a year.
I don't know. I just like parity in the league. I'm cool with playing the Orioles because they don't have another pitcher besides John Means. Who pitched really well yesterday, by the way.
No, we need this dude in pinstripes just like his father.
The Yankees don't draft. They never draft.
We'll make an exception.
Yeah. They trade all the draft picks except for Judge.
Yeah.
And even he was like a 2nd round pick, I think, 3rd round, something like that.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. The Yankees go free agents and international signings. They don't draft at all.
Yeah. Seriously, dude.
Who else? Oh, Colorado would be good for this guy too. Actually, don't go to Colorado. They ruin pitchers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kill pitchers.
Yeah, that atmosphere.
I think they just have crappy development. Honestly, I don't think it's everyone blames it on the atmosphere. I just think they have crappy development.
I bet it's both, to be
I
honest.
mean, the atmosphere doesn't help, but like,
Yeah.
at a certain point, there's only so many times you can blame it on the atmosphere.
I was just about to say, I'll say 75-25, 25% being the atmosphere, right? Like,
Yeah.
How many guys have come through that minor league system that have like been really good players? No pitchers, that's for sure.
Yeah.
In Colorado,
Yeah.
no pitchers.
Did Ubaldo
was
Jimenez
Jimenez drafted by the Rockies? Was he a Rockies draft
I
pick?
believe so.
The only one I could think of is Jimenez.
But there you go. If he's
Okay,
your
that's one.
if he's your gem, I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Yeah.
Good when he was good. He was good.
Oh, he was incredible.
That should not be the pitcher coming to the mind first.
I mean, their hitters aren't anything to write home about either. I mean, Nolan Arenado, Charlie Blackmon,
Tulowitzki back in the day.
They had Arenado
when he was healthy for like 3 games.
Dude, he's one of those like
what could have been.
He's like a D Rose type where like if he's healthy, could have been incredible.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody else?
Trevor Story. He's a Rockies product.
Yeah.
But again, no pitching. They never have any pitching. John Gray was good for like a season and a half. Now he sucks again.
Yeah.
I don't know. Feel bad for the Rockies. They got a good fan base. The ballpark's also beautiful. Coors Field.
Oh yeah.
Very nice field.
They're gonna have a whole lot of losses this year though.
Yeah. It'll be like the Rays Stadium where all the Dodgers fans come to watch them play, just in a nice ballpark. There'll be more Dodgers fans.
But you know what? They did start their year off 1-0, so that is important.
They did.
Somebody did.
They almost got no hit by Trevor Bauer yesterday, but it's okay.
But they beat them on Thursday, and that's what matters.
What's our opinions on Trevor Bauer? I said this yesterday in the group chat. I was like, I want to hate that guy, but he just entertains me.
Why do you want to hate him?
I don't know. He's just so cocky, but it's just like entertaining cocky.
I don't mind a little confidence,
I don't know. I think there's a fine line between confidence and like thinking you're like hot shit.
What, you think this society that pays athletes millions you think they're not going to think they're hot shit? If I got paid that much to throw a ball, I'd be unbearable.
I mean, I'm not saying it's wrong. I just don't like it.
Yeah, no, and you're entitled to your opinion, surely, but I don't know. I think of baseball players or any I think, or the president, they're all plumbers. If you fix my toilet, I don't care. I don't care you do it. You win me ball games, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, they won, but that's, like he was doing the Conor McGregor walkout, and the next inning he gives up 2 homers and 4 runs. So it's like, okay.
That's funny, but I love it. That's showmanship. It's stupid. But it's funny.
And I guarantee I didn't look, but I guarantee on Twitter he's like, oh well, it's because this. He's always like making
Mr. Excuses, yeah.
Yeah, he always pulls that crap.
I don't know. I love him just because you need that kind of player in baseball. Everyone's so uptight and unwritten rules and all of this. Don't be a jackass when you're playing.
Yeah.
I don't know. So they need somebody like that.
It's amazing in basketball and football. You can't have anybody answer a question at a press conference in somewhat of a professional manner. They're like just fuck around all the time. And like Luka, I was just watching Luka the other day versus the Knicks, and he's like, just fucking, he's skipping around. He's like, he doesn't even know he's on a professional court whatsoever. It's so obvious. And in baseball, it's the exact opposite. We cannot get a healthy middle.
No, we can't.
Someone smile there used to be a player in the Chase Headley when he was on the Yankees. Very random thought. But did you ever see Chase Headley smile? That guy looked perpetually pissed.
He used to hit walk-offs and just be like,
yeah, exactly. Just fucking
Matt Holliday. Matt Holliday.
That guy's professional though. That guy was a professional hitter.
But we just need this healthy middle, man. We need it.
I think the guys like Tatis, Acuna, Mookie Betts even. I think they're shifting the tide.
Me too. Me too. That is a good. You just named a string of players that honestly love the way Mookie plays the game, especially. Big fan of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope that those youngsters in baseball are definitely
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's different with Trevor Bauer because, like you see him do this crap, right? And then you look at his career stats, and he's only had like 2 good seasons. One of them was last year in a 60-game season, and he's only had like one other really good season besides that. But these other guys, like Mookie is an MVP, Acuna is an MVP candidate every single season. Tatis is arguably the face of baseball right now. And it's like, Trevor Bauer, you think you can do this? I don't know.
Yeah. No,
the jury's out.
I understand. He's not as proven as a commodity as some guys are. That's
yeah. He's had like a really good major league career, obviously, but he's not like he's doing it to the level of where he's like the face of baseball, and like he thinks he is. I guarantee you, thinks he is, but he's not. So
who cares?
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not saying he's wrong, but it's entertaining. But it's like it gets annoying when he goes out to the next inning and lets up 4 runs, and it's like okay.
I don't know. I find that funny, if anything.
I don't know. Jury's out.
I don't find it annoying at all. I mean, if he did it against my team, I think I'd find it annoying, but
Yeah. I don't know. The first 6 innings were entertaining. I will say that.
well,
He had that curve
with a
working.
hit
What is that?
because he didn't give up a hit.
Not that he didn't give up a hit, but like the way he was getting hitters out were just making him look stupid. Like his stuff yesterday
They
was
are
really
the
good.
Rockies.
Yeah, but you like on the same front though. Like these are professional hitters. Like I don't know. Like he's just still making them look stupid.
I don't know. Colorado is a glorified minor league team, Frank. We've established.
They're better.
Yeah.
Listen, they're in the top 25 teams. Not saying much, but they're not like
Yeah.
abysmal.
Top 25. Yeah.
Better than the D-backs,
Woohoo.
Yeah, you're right, Frank. I must say.
Honestly, I think if you were to take an AP, like have the AP take like a top 25 professional baseball teams, I don't think the Rockies would be top 25.
Well, who we got? We got the Pirates in last, probably.
Yeah.
And then
D-backs.
D-backs,
Gotta be somewhere.
Rangers,
Orioles.
Orioles. So yeah, that's like 25.
We've got we're missing teams.
Who else is the Reds are no, they're worse than the Reds.
Yeah, I was just going to say I'd give
They're worse than the Reds.
Well, the point is they're hovering around 25. Not a good sign.
Honestly, I'd throw some minor league teams ahead of them.
I don't know about that, Tyler. Let's take it easy. Maybe the pitching staff, but they still got some guys. Charlie Blackmon's a good hitter. Trevor Story is one of the best shortstops in baseball. Is David Dahl still there? I think David Dahl left. I can't remember.
Man, trade away frickin' Blackmon and Story. They're so fun to watch. I want them on an actual team.
No, I think Blackmon's staying there, but I think they got to trade Trevor Story. They have no reason to sign him to a long extension.
Yeah.
They're going to be bad for like another 5 or 6 years because again, they traded their best player, arguably of franchise history. So, you okay over there, Eric?
Yes, I'm good.
You look like someone's about to come on.
He's being held at gunpoint over there.
Twice.
That's the only way we can get him on the show. You got to hold him at gunpoint.
I'm a busy man, Frank. Home Depot doesn't stack their own mulch. Come on.
All right, we're gonna call it a day just for Eric's safety. I don't know what's going on over there.
He's got something to do. Clearly, I don't know what he's looking at.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up for today. Follow us on Instagram at the Couch Potato Show. All the Instagrams are in the description. Like and subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify, follow the Spotify. New episode every week, and we've got an interview coming out on Monday with a very, very special guest. Definitely one of our best guests yet. Eric knows.
This is big.
Yeah.
Big. God.
Huge.
So yeah, that'll do it for the boys. We'll come back next week and talk some more. We'll get back to NASCAR. We got a big UFC fight coming up next week. We'll talk about the Masters. And obviously, we'll talk about the Final Four. So signing off for the boys. Adios.